Hey, if you're seeing this video, I believe it's because you're ready to make some changes in your life. I don't believe it's a coincidence. I believe that you're feeling something on the inside and you're seeking more from life. It's a feeling you have that you're not liking where you are and you're feeling stuck or uncertain and you're searching for tools and skills to help you grow to reach for a life that you absolutely fall in love with. Maybe it's because you don't have any idea how to move forward. Maybe you've been reading books and you're looking for that extra guidance, or maybe you just need someone who's on the same page and resonates with you and is going through something similar and you're on the same walk and you just need that support system and that guidance to navigate this feeling of wanting more out of life but feeling a little stuck, not certain how to propel yourself and move on. Hold on, I need a drink of my giant cup of coffee. So my channel is focused on conscious love. And what that means to me is loving yourself from the inside out, not seeking validation from things or people. And it can be a process, right? I mean, I haven't always been in a place where I'm validating myself and know my self-worth. And let's be honest, in society, there it's all about what product can you put on your face to look younger and more youthful and more beautiful so you can find love. What what car can you drive that's going to give you a feeling, an emotion of excitement and loving your life? And what white kitchen can you have that's going to make you feel like you love your life, right? I mean, these are things that are projected at us all day long. It's about consumerism, and even with social media, them showing us these lives that these people love with their Lamborghinis and their hot athletic bodies and their beautiful gorgeous hair. And I mean, all of it is geared towards there's something on the outside that can validate you to make you feel better on the inside, to make you feel loved, to make you feel worthy. And it's so, if you're in a place of awakening, it's easier to see marketing being thrown at you, and it can be quite overwhelming to watch. But so my channel's focusing on conscious love, loving yourself unconditionally, the yin and yang of being yourself. There's dark with light. There can't be light without darkness. So I have a way different approach than seeking a car that's going to make you like people look at you or give you a certain feeling when you drive it. Or I think a lot today that there are, I don't know what you call, I can't think of the word, but basically what daycare are your kids in? Are you in a Land Rover, a Jaguar? There's just a status. Um, and I think a lot of the times that some people are mistaking a status with love, validation, being liked. And I can tell you, sorry about that. My phone just went off for some reason. It just we were talking about status and how some people might be fulfilled by driving a Land Rover or a Jaguar, or what kind of house they have, or the beautiful white kitchen. And I'm not saying any of these things aren't lovely to have. I think if you get to a place where you have these things, but you love yourself on the inside, that's the point of my channel, is consciously loving yourself from the inside, accepting the yin and yang of yourself, the ebb and flow of life, and not seeking outer validation to fulfill yourself on the inside. Um, I think Instagram is a great example of how it could make a lot of people feel shitty about themselves if you let it, right? I mean, do you have your scrunchy butt leggings? Do you have your Lululemons? Uh, I like my Lululemons, but I mean, I don't need them. I don't need them to feel loved and accepted. And this isn't to say that I don't struggle with things. I do, but that's what this channel is about, is sharing that authentic part of myself, the vulnerable part of myself. Um, I've been struggling with my hair. It's where I'm living right now. The water is really hard on my hair, and I've had beautiful, gorgeous hair my whole life. And I feel a little insecure about it. It's super like frizzy. It's not what I'm used to. But I mean, I'm rolling with it. I also chipped a tooth recently, and I'm rolling with that too. Uh, I'm rolling it with it, and I think it's actually good for me to be going through these things, and maybe that's why they're happening. They're certainly not easy, but I have gotten to a place in life where I'm extremely comfortable with myself, and that's what I'm here to share is I deeply desire anyone who is struggling and feeling uncomfortable in a relationship that they're feeling stuck in, uncertain about, feeling isolation or unloved. I want you to understand that you can find that within you. And that's what this channel is about. Getting curious about what makes you happy and making that the most important part of your day. Understanding that sometimes if you're people pleasing, if you're being super nice, that maybe it's not authentic. Maybe you're like not taking care of yourself. One thing that I know that I used to do, which I still struggle with today, is extreme independence. Because I had that childhood experience with my mom and my sister, and then I proceeded to marry someone who was very similar, I became hyper independent. I didn't ask anyone for anything. I was doing everything. I was raising two kids. I was going to college. I was working full time. I was like managing an entire household. I was keeping it clean. Like I was doing everything. I was hyper independent. I shoved my feelings down and took care of everyone else's needs. And that's why I'm here. It doesn't have to be that way. You can become really curious about yourself, and that's what conscious love is. It's awakening to yourself. It's understanding that it's okay to set boundaries. It doesn't mean you don't love anyone. And I want you to think about, if you're setting boundaries with someone and they become cross with you, what that's actually saying, because it's actually speaking volumes. So this channel is going to be about who you're surrounding yourself with, and how a reflection of how you feel on the inside is a reflection of what's being mirrored back at you. So the type of people you're attracting, I want you to really deeply consider that this is how you're feeling about yourself on the inside. It can be a hard fucking pill to swallow, but this is how you change. You swallow the fucking hard pill. It's life changing when you swallow the hard pill and you start taking a look at these things rather than distracting yourself from them. Which, believe me, I used to think the badass thing to do was to distract myself from them. It's not. It's fucking facing them. That is the fucking badass thing to do. So now I want you to ask yourself who the fuck you are right now and who the fuck you want to be. Because that's what this is about. This is about life-changing shit. This is about changing your fucking life and living the life of your dream and deciding that today that you want to start getting fucking curious about yourself. You want to examine conscious love, conscious self-love, start asking the questions, start listening to the way you talk to yourself, start examining the way you talk to other people. Are you expecting somebody else to fulfill your needs? Because that's one thing that I discovered that I was doing. I was expecting a person that was not capable of fulfilling my needs to fulfill them. And I started to address this shit while I was married to this person. I started going to college. I went and studied abroad. I started doing shit that made me happy. And that's what you can do. Even if you're in this relationship that you feel stuck in, start doing shit that makes you happy. And I am not speaking of a relationship that's in any way abusive. Not that verbal things or actions aren't abusive, but physical abuse, I'm not speaking to that. I'm speaking to a situation that you're safe in, that you're physically safe in. If you're dealing with something else, that's not what this is about. But I want you to get fucking excited about your life. That's what this shit's about. Get fucking excited. And I need a drink of my cafe. Okay, so I hope I got you really fucking excited about who the fuck you are and who you want to be, and realizing no matter where you are at right now, you can fucking propel yourself to that. So that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to face together. I'm going to tell you shit about myself, struggles I'm still going through, things that I'm doing to change those things and take action. And yeah, so I have to look at my notes right now. So I know exactly, I don't want to miss anything that wanted to hit. So, okay. Where are we going to start? So we're all in different fucking places, right? So it's hard to like pinpoint where to start. But it's about being self-aware, which I believe you're self-aware because you're fucking here. You're aware of wanting to make change. You're like sick of this shit, right? You know there's more and there is more. You don't have to stay stuck here. Even if you feel stuck in your environment, and let me share with you, I felt stuck in my environment. There were times where I was like, get me the fuck out of this marriage. Like I couldn't stand it. And then I would take a step back, breathe, and realize that I was making changes. I was making small changes towards that big step. And every one of those changes was waiting for this moment when I was going to get out of this relationship and make me all that better when I was not in it anymore. So, this journey that we're on it individually. It's a spiritual journey to me. I don't know if it is to you, but so starting with we're self-aware already. So where do we go now? It's your self-worth, your self-esteem. Where are you at with those? So let's start working on our self-worth. So today, let's talk about a place to start with that. And to me, a big place to start with that is how you're talking to yourself and beliefs you have. And you might like see a few of my videos talk about this, but it's a big fucking deal because how you feel about yourself on the inside is a reflection of what's on the outside. So I want you to get in alignment with yourself. So how do you do that? When I first started to take a look at these things, I actually started with meditation. Um, Meditation opened me up to like stopping all the chatter that was inside my head. Um, Which once I started doing that, and it took me a long practice, and this is one thing that if you do meditate and you struggle and your mind keeps going and you think there's something wrong with you, please be patient with yourself because it's a long process and it's a practice and it's your practice. You don't have to be like anybody else. Your mind doesn't have to be totally silent. Your meditation, whatever that is in the day, is yours and it's meant to be that way. You keep doing it and I promise you, you will make strides. Just be easy on yourself and do it anyway. Fucking, that's the key to life. Be easy on yourself and do it anyway. But as I began to quit distracting myself, I started to, all these fears came up and insecurities and uncertainties, and it was really freaking hard to deal with at first. But I think journaling is really helpful, but not everyone likes to do that. But really start to pay attention to things that start popping into your head and beliefs that you have, fears that you have. So let's just say that I started this journey when I was married, right? And I would have thoughts like, I can't get anyone better than this. I'm not worthy of having a relationship with a healthy person because my mom is schizophrenic and my sister is bipolar, and I was pretty brutal with myself about that for a long time. So that was paying attention to these thoughts, writing them down, and then realizing that you're having them, things that you're saying to yourself. I would say that I was ugly. I didn't like my body. That can be one place where you can start to focus. Um, One thing that I did it was very challenging for me, but I love my body to this day. I started a practice where I would get completely naked in front of the mirror and have myself look at myself for 5 minutes and say, I love you, Carol. I love your body. I love my body. I love how you like make it so I can walk around. I love that I speak through you and I can have fun, delicious conversations with people. And I love how you can take me to the gym and I can work out and I can do fun things, and like there's so many things that we can be grateful for that we have that we are losing sight of because we're focused on the negative shit. Like I don't I don't like the way you look in this dress. It's disgusting. And when you're saying shit like that to yourself every day, it's a poisonous thought. You are poisoning yourself with thoughts that are harming you mentally and physically. They've come to prove that the way stress is happening and things we're saying to our bodies, it impacts our health. It's a big deal. But we'll save that for another video. But start by paying attention to what you're saying to yourself. I would really love and invite you to start journaling those things, but then immediately after you hear it, say to yourself, how can I change this? This isn't serving me. This isn't who the fuck I want to be. And I do that to this day. If I find like an old pattern coming back, I'm in this very great relationship today with an awesome guy, but sometimes, of course, we have triggers, right? And I'll start to find myself withdrawing and becoming that person again. And then I'm like, I can immediately see it now. It's taken practice though. And I can go, no, this isn't who the fuck I want to be. So I can go be vulnerable with this man who has made it safe for me to be vulnerable with. And I can share those moments with him. So for today, let's start baby steps. Remember, baby steps. Start with paying attention to the things that you're saying to yourself, paying attention to those beliefs that you're telling yourself. It's called your paradigm. And let's shift your fucking paradigm and let's shift it together. I'm here to support you and guide you through it. You don't have to go through it alone. That's what this channel is for. Knowing that you're not fucked up, you're not fucking weird. You're someone that's going through something and it's okay. And I've been through it. I still go through it. I still have to practice these things. And it's about loving yourself and knowing that you're not alone, because you're not. You have you with you, which is a big fucking deal. You are someone that is going to be with you until the day you die. Don't forget that. You're getting yourself through all these things that are hard. You're the one that's there. No one else is going to be there as much as you have been there for yourself. And don't forget that. But also, this is a place for you to come and find support and realize you're not alone. You're not fucking weird. You're not fucking strange. We have these inner thoughts. They're okay. Just don't follow them. Change your narrative. Be the fucking star in your own movie. And you fucking got this. You can do it. Don't be hard on yourself if you backslide. Just keep moving forward, because that's one of the biggest things that can stop people is they'll backslide and just go, oh, I'm fucked. I fucked up. It's over. No, it's not. We all backslide. It's like, let me give you an example. If you're trying to quit smoking and you have a puff of a cigarette and you're like, fuck it. It's over. I've fucked it all up. I just might as well stay a smoker. No, you don't even pay fucking attention to that. You toss the cigarette out and you go, no, that's not me anymore. That's not who I want to be anymore. Fuck no. That's just not who I am anymore. Anyway, that's conscious love, focusing on the love from the inside out, not having to follow the narrative of this fucking world and all the marketing thrown at us. We don't fucking need Range Rovers. We don't need Lamborghinis to feel loved. We don't need constant attention from men or women to validate ourselves. And yeah, so thanks for coming, and I can't wait to see you next time. I love you very much, and just know that this is a safe place for you to come and learn new shit and learn from my experiences. Let's just be a community of sharing. Till next time. Bye.